When Meta announced these new AI smart glasses, I honestly thought they were simply going to be a cheaper alternative to the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. You know how it usually works. Lower price normally means fewer features, cheaper materials, or some kind of compromise. But after looking into everything Meta has changed, I found myself asking a completely different question. Did Meta accidentally make the better smart glasses? Because when you compare the two side by side, it's surprisingly difficult to justify paying more for the Ray-Ban version. In fact, for many people, these new Meta glasses might actually be the smarter buy. So today, instead of just comparing specifications, let's look at what actually matters in everyday use, and whether spending more on the Ray-Ban version still makes sense. The first thing you need to know is that these two products are much more similar than they are different. Both are powered by Meta AI, both let you capture hands-free photos and videos, answer calls, listen to music, send messages, live stream, and interact with AI without taking your phone out of your pocket. So if you were expecting completely different software experiences, that's really not the case. The biggest differences are in the hardware, the design, and how these glasses actually feel after wearing them for an entire day. And that's where Meta seems to have learned from almost every complaint people had about the Ray-Ban models. Over the past year, one of the biggest criticisms wasn't the camera or the AI. It was comfort. Quite a few users felt the Ray-Bans slowly slid down their nose, while others found them a little too tight around the sides of the head. Those might sound like small issues, but they're exactly the kind of things that determine whether you wear smart glasses every day or eventually leave them sitting in a drawer. The new Meta glasses address those complaints with adjustable nose pads, something that sounds simple but can make a huge difference. Instead of forcing one fit for everyone, you can actually adjust the glasses to suit your face. Meta has also redesigned the temples with flexible ends and spring hinges, allowing them to adapt better to different head shape. The result should be a more secure and comfortable fit without constantly pushing the glasses back into place. Honestly, I'd take that improvement over another small camera upgrade any day, because comfort is something you notice every single minute you're wearing them. Another surprisingly clever upgrade is the charging case. Unlike the Ray-Ban case, which is fairly bulky, this one folds down into a much smaller package. Once the glasses are out, the case collapses into something that's genuinely pocket-friendly. It may not sound like a big deal, but think about how people actually use smart glasses. Whether you're traveling, commuting, walking around a city, or sitting in a coffee shop, you're much more likely to carry a compact charging case than a larger one that needs a backpack or shoulder bag. The Ray-Ban case still holds a little more battery, offering around 48 hours compared to roughly 40 hours here, but the glasses themselves still last about 8 hours on both models. Personally, I'd rather carry the smaller case every day than have extra battery capacity sitting at home. Meta has also added several smaller hardware improvements. There's now a second programmable button that can be assigned to different shortcuts, making it easier to access features without relying completely on voice commands. The glasses also upgrade to Wi-Fi 6 tri-band support, Bluetooth 5.4, and a 6 microphone array instead of 5. Individually, none of these changes completely transform the experience, but together they should provide faster connectivity, smoother transfers, and potentially better voice pickup during calls or while recording videos in noisy environments. Now, if you're expecting a major camera upgrade, this is where expectations need to be managed. Both models still use essentially the same 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera, capable of recording 3K video at 30 frames per second or 1080p at 60 frames per second, so image quality is expected to remain very similar. The same goes for Meta AI. While these new glasses launch with the latest software, Meta has already confirmed that many of those AI improvements will eventually come to the older Ray-Ban models as well. So, this isn't really about exclusive features, it's about improving the overall experience of using the glasses. One thing I find particularly interesting is Meta's decision to release these under its own branding, rather than relying entirely on Ray-Ban. It almost feels like the company is testing whether people are now buying smart glasses because of the technology, rather than the logo on the frame. And honestly, they might be right. A few years ago, smart glasses needed a familiar eyewear brand to convince people to try them. Today, many buyers are interested because of Meta AI, hands-free cameras, live translation, and all the practical features these glasses bring. The technology is slowly becoming the main attraction. That doesn't mean the Ray-Ban version suddenly becomes a bad choice. Not at all. Ray-Ban still has one of the most recognizable designs in eyewear, and for plenty of people, style is just as important as technology. If you love the classic Ray-Ban look, that's still a perfectly valid reason to choose them. But if you're buying smart glasses primarily as a piece of technology, the conversation changes. You're getting almost the same AI experience, almost the same camera system, similar battery life on the glasses themselves, plus a more adjustable fit, a much more portable charging case, newer wireless hardware, and an extra programmable button, all while paying noticeably less. So, who should actually buy these? If this is your first pair of AI smart glasses, I honestly think these new Meta glasses make the strongest case. You're getting nearly everything that made the Ray-Ban Meta glasses so popular while saving a significant amount of money, and in some areas you're actually getting a better overall design. On the other hand, if you already own the Ray-Bans and you're perfectly happy with the fit and comfort, I don't think there's enough here to justify upgrading immediately. The core experience remains very similar, but if you've always found the Ray-Bans a little uncomfortable or wish they were easier to wear for long periods, then these new Meta glasses become a much more compelling option. So, did Meta accidentally make the better smart glasses? I genuinely think they might have. It's rare to see a product that's not only cheaper than its premium counterpart, but also manages to improve the areas that matter most in everyday use. Better comfort, a smarter charging case, useful hardware refinements, and virtually the same software experience make these incredibly competitive. Unless you're specifically buying smart glasses because you want the Ray-Ban branding or their iconic styling, these new Meta glasses look like the better value overall. Of course, the real test will come when we compare both models side by side in the real world, looking at camera quality, microphone performance, battery life, and long-term comfort. So, if you'd like to see that full comparison before making your final decision, make sure you're subscribed because that's exactly what we'll be testing next.